another, how do we do another? No, we need to get rid of a lot of things. The mentality that's wrong. In terms of, I'm a midfield play kind of person, which means I don't care if you're a striker, if you're a defender. The way the ball moves through the middle of the pitch as a team is what's most important to me. And it's quite evident there's people technically able to do it, but the majority cannot. They cannot. How McTominay gets man of the match. That boy, honestly, look, and there's a reason why you guys aren't gonna go far. I'm talking about the UK, British, whatever you want to call it. I know he's from Scotland, I think. But there is this overprotection of players, and even the way Roy Keane would go on about Fred, and he never says McTominay. I mean, he said every song, but the way he kept saying, he goes on about Fred more, and I'm like, nah, man, this is just United. It's hard to watch us. It's hard, and these have been issues that have been there since even during the day Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, some of us we saw it. I remember back in the day on the United Forum, one of the, well, I think we were the only club that actually had it. Um, yeah, I remember I used to just, and there was a time when people said no, Sir Alex Ferguson should retire. There was a time when the way we were playing was just, and it was especially when Kirosh left, and you notice certain players were just never utilized a certain way. They really just like the likes of Nani, Anderson, certain players, like certain skilled players. And I noticed the media, especially the British media, has this thing about players who they think are supposed to be like flair, and especially if they're foreign, they judge them a lot higher. But their own local players, I mean, they can do nothing and they'll just be given man of the match constantly. McTominay does not deserve to have a man of the match. As a midfield player, what does he do? What does he do? No, it's a tough watch. Um, Actually, this match, funny enough, I think because there's so few players on there that I really cared about. I want Varane to do well. Obviously, De Gea. I liked some of the trying the low. Everyone wants to see Van der Beek, but because there's so many others who, what I mean, and this is the other thing that people need to really understand. Like Bruno Fernandes, Bruno was given the keys to the city too soon. When he first came in, the way we were set up, it was imagine Messi, kind of like that person's supposed to be creative, but they're supposed to goal score. So in a sense, a lot ran through him, and especially when we were playing counter attacking, it was Rashford and Greenwood. So it was kind of a loose thing, but it suited Bruno. Now my issue with Bruno is it's not even I'm not even blaming him, but the thing is, we those two guys in the middle can't do it alone. We need a third person, and he doesn't do that. He's still sort of playing like he can just float at the front. And I won't be surprised if some of the people not happy about some of the changes. Bruno will be one of them. You know, he'd been given a pass for a lot of things. And once again, there's a lot of players that really need to look at themselves. I just think that it's just as a team, there is no cohesion, there is no system, there is no, and even if you don't have a system, just understanding football, knowing that if we don't know how to pass the ball quickly through tight spaces, how to have technically gifted player who can control the ball in the middle of the pitch, it's pointless. McTominay never looks like he wants the ball in tight spaces. They always like it's as if, and I see what they're doing. It's like they're sort of pretending like they want to ask for the ball, but they don't. McTominay does it all the time. Rashford, I think once again, Rashford and Greenwood, even as a striker, Suarez and them would pass the ball when someone's open. You know, there's something where these guys were told that it's all you. Like you can do whatever you want. And I mean Rashford, even a couple years back, I remember thinking, man, Pogba really has had to deal with a lot of just people couldn't finish. I remember when he first came in, the number of chances he created, Pogba, that were never converted. I never trusted Rashford one on one with the keeper. Rashford tried to sort of play like Cristiano, where he was like this guy coming from the outside and coming to score. But he doesn't realize that Cristiano started off as a proper winger, which meant that the whole passing, looking for other people to score the goals. Rashford has never had to do that. And it's quite evident. Like these guys, I've never seen. I don't even. We No, the system is all wrong. It's all wrong. We don't need so many strikers, and I no, it's anyway. I guess I'm gonna have to have a long rant about this. Long rant about this. This one is I'm gonna have a what we call a sports section on this channel, and this one cannot be a minute. It's impossible. It's impossible. I'm just gonna just free flow it and just talk. But yeah, you Manchester United, we've had an issue even from Sir Alex Ferguson days. The mentality has been wrong. We're a bit arrogant, and we should have been where Bayern was. You know, if we talk about wing play, Sir Alex Ferguson didn't started converting wingers into right backs and left backs. People forget that. We would never address the midfield situation. This idea about Carrick, look, I'm an intelligent person. I know what Carrick does and what he did, but I also knew that he always needed a bigger mentality next to him. I used to see him get copy and pasted, control the midfield, but people running through our midfield. He was supposed to have midfield general, and we brought Scholes out of retirement. And people forget these things. Should he have played more? Should have been recognized for what he does more? Yes. But those of us that were frustrated were saying, Michael Carrick was one of the most technically gifted players that you see, but he really was not someone who wanted to control anything. He would shoot the ball once every 6 months, it would be on target. Unless we were down, he would not try and he was just so hesitant. That's what actually angered a lot of us. But what also angered us was that everyone kept saying he's doing a brilliant job. I said, no, man, there's a lot more that he can do, but he's not doing. But you're giving him a pass. Should he have played more for England? 1,000% yes. In a proper system, he should have been someone very important in the England squad. So no, it's there's so much about the mentality of Manchester United that has been wrong for too long. And it started around 2010, 11. And it's still there. So just blaming all these managers that have come through. Yeah, because some have been a bit, interesting, but for the most part, this has been a problem for too long. We need a complete overhaul, a complete change in mentality. We need to humble ourselves quickly. Otherwise, we'll be like Liverpool, irrelevant for longest time. And we have an opportunity with Vanick, but as long as you have ex-players making it seem like it's their club and no one else's. I mean, some of the stuff, the way they really think that fans are stupid, it's insulting. It's insulting. And I have a feeling the likes, especially Gary Neville, I have a feeling he sees himself in a lot of these average players because even he said he was never the most skillful, not the best player. But I think there's that sense that of getting there's the United way is to have someone very average run hard, forgetting that even they had to have players with flair doing certain things. They just want a team. He wants a team full of Gary Nevilles, and so I think they see a lot of themselves in McTominay. I think that's what they're seeing. Man, it is, yay. I don't. Oh, and this, I don't even know what we're going to do the next match. The team selection, everything. I don't care. It's until I see a complete overhaul. Until Mike Phelan. I remember when he came back. I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. But anyway, we won. We were like they ran all over us. Aston Villa. They should feel hard done by. Um, they really should. But this is it's now we can't keep doing this, man. We can't keep doing this, man. I wanted to see, I think some of the best football we've played, and it was all winging. That's why I say that Zach Ferguson, you can say greatest manager, yes, coach, no. And I saw during the time everyone likes to talk about 8-2, and I mean it was a baptism of fire for De Gea when he first came. But I noticed remember that comeback against City. Remember the way cleverly people call him Cleverbeck, the way cleverly Anderson were trying to play. This was straight off the Barca, and I realized, man, I think basically they were told try and play like Barca, and they were left to their own devices. And I feel sorry for Clever. I feel sorry for these guys. Would I have bought a players? Yes, I would have. I'd have definitely brought in some of the youth players. I think the Ravel, Pogba, it's the best youth squad we've had. I think so. But I think something starts creeping in. It was an arrogance that started creeping among some of the senior, especially the ex players. And it's because of that. They need to retake a book out of and at least the NBA players. Yeah, I mean, yes, you've got some who definitely they like to talk smack to current players, but there's still that level of respect. There's still that, that at least when they're critical of players, it's to do with the game. It's definitely to do with the game. What these guys are doing, they're not honest. Like they're not honest, man. So anyway, there's obviously a lot of topics I really need to do. I need to do more of these. I've been holding these things in for too long. But Manchester United, we've had a problem for a very long time, and we need to take an L. We need to be honest, and because this is garbage football. There's no two ways about it. There's no. This is garbage. This is definitely garbage. Oh, wonderful mosquito. Anyway, that's my reaction. My reaction means me talking about past games. It's just, yeah, yeah. Anyway, 1-0. That was the game. That was the score, and oh, what a ball. Yo, what a ball. But McTominay, man of the match. God, just get it. Go away. Go away.